Hello, and guys, and welcome to this edition of Woman to Woman. I am your host, Anntricia Bray Smith, your professional mentor and speaker. It is indeed a pleasure to be here with you as we're on the final episode of this financial education season 3 of Woman to Woman. Let me just say that I hope that you have been enlightened. I hope that you have been empowered and encouraged to go out and really make a great impact for your financial future. It is so important, guys. And so today, as you can see by the topic, we're talking about financial independence, and we're going to simplify that. We're going to simplify what it is, because many of us, the greatest barrier that we have in our way is our own self, our own way of thinking, the mindset. It is the greatest challenge in anything that we set out to accomplish. So I hope that you are serious about reaching a level of financial independence so that you can set yourself up for a greater and a better, more successful financial future. So we're going to simplify it today. And if you have not listened to episodes 1 through 9 of season 3 in Woman to Woman, please go back and listen to those. And for those of you that have listened, go back and listen again and again until you're able to put together a plan that works for you. And say that you listen over and over again, and you're just not able to put the pieces of that plan together. Maybe you're overwhelmed and you really don't quite understand everything that has been expressed in this season 3 of Woman to Woman. Then I encourage you to reach out to me, and you can contact me at the Woman to Woman podcast at gmail.com. The Woman to Woman podcast at gmail.com. And I will be glad to connect with you to help you put the pieces of your financial independent plan together so that you can get on your path to financial independence. And who knows, hopefully sooner, financial freedom. So nonetheless, guys, we want to talk about financial independence simplified. And so I just want to simplify that for you in a nutshell here, as I would not hold you long on this episode. But to simplify it all, in order to reach a level of financial independence, you must start somewhere. And if you've been listening to me in season 3 in this financial education series, if you've been listening, that's a start. Now, if you want to make a greater impact, all you have to do is go through and implement the tips that are given to you. That is mapping out your financial plan. That is putting together a financial defense in your budgeting plan. That is making sure that you have the proper insurances. It's making sure that you have additional streams of income coming in. It's all of those things collaboratively together that provide you a more solid playing field when you set out to reach a level of financial independence. And say that you're like me and you've reached a level of independence, then now it's time to really dig in, invest in a financial education to where you can learn more to reach that level of freedom. It is so important. no different than the education that we set out, K through 12, and going to college and getting those degrees and those certifications. No different than that. Educating ourselves is a lifelong process. Now, where many of us get stuck is that we learn a little something, we make a little progress, and then we stop. We get to that point that we've done enough, or that we know enough, and that we're okay. Well, I can tell you, sitting here today and reflecting on all that I've been able to accomplish over the past 6 months, I'm not satisfied. Financially, I'm still not satisfied. Yes, I have some investments. Yes, I have insurances set in place. Yes, I have additional streams of income coming into my household. All these things, I still have a debt that needs to be taken care of, called a student loan. I still have things that I want to accomplish and set out to have in place for my legacy. There's still wealth out there that is mine, and I want everything that is mine. I want to be able to breathe a little easier when I lay down at night to go to sleep. I want to be able to know that in this life, I've given it everything that I have, and that I have something set up, not only for my children, but the generations to follow. And so that's important to me. And so in order to accomplish that, this is a lifelong process. So as long as there's breath in my body, I'm working toward that. I'm never at a place to where I'm satisfied. And besides, if I stop learning, then I abort my purpose. My purpose for being here on this platform and any other platform that I speak on, any other books that I write, I abort that. Because when I stop learning, there is nothing more that I can pour into you. And so I encourage you that as you're on your path to financial independence, to make sure you include your children, your legacies, things and people that are important to you, that will help keep you motivated, that help keep that goal, that vision right in front of you, so that you're able to stay on task. And so financial education, financial independence simplified, all that's saying is make it simple. By creating and implementing a plan that works for you. You, your family, your legacy, your plan, your budget, your insurances, all of that, your estate, your wills, your trust. You want to make sure that you do what is best for you to get you to the place to where you're able to reach those goals that you set out to reach. And so what if we get off track? So what if we have a few financial detours along the way? I want to encourage you to stay the course. Stay the course. Because I know that many of you listening, you're emotional spenders. Some of you may have spending addictions. Some of you have to work on developing new financial habits. Because let's face it, If those were not issues or challenges that were in our way, we wouldn't be here talking about financial independence or financial education. So one of the things that have helped me on this path to financial independence, and as I will eventually begin to transition into financial freedom, one of the things that have helped me to most is to simplify my environment. I know that I cannot immerse myself in an environment with other people who have poor spending habits and who are in such a level of poverty that they don't consider the dollar, where money is just sifting through the fingers and going where it wants to go, and them not able to have a level of discipline to tell their money where to go and what to do. So I cannot immerse myself in an environment like that all the time if I want to stay and maintain a level of financial independence. So that means I can't always go out to dinner. I can't always go to the shopping center on the weekend. I can't always take that trip that, maybe they want to take. I can't always do those things because my financial obligations look just a little bit different than theirs. And don't forget, guys, because I know that many of you thinking, man, I barely have enough money to make ends meet now with what I have going. I'm just not able to do it. Let me tell you, you can. If you sit and you go through the steps, if you find the money, if you really evaluate what money you have coming in and the money you have going out and prioritize that and eliminate some of that and speak up for yourself and begin to command of your money what you need it to do, it can happen for you. I've been able to make gains. And guys, I've told you my financial salary, my financial in the beginning, none of that changed. None of it changed until I changed. And so to simplify it all, let me just say that nothing will change for you until you get disciplined and focused enough to make changes within yourself. How you look at money, how you're going to spend that money. It may mean I can't go through the drive-through. It may mean I have to take my lunch to work. It may mean that I may have to go and clean somebody's house. It may mean that I may have to pick up an extra shift at work. It may mean that maybe I have to keep somebody's kids. It may mean that I have to bake a cake. It may mean that I have to be my own personal Uber company and go out and make some transports to the airport or something like that. Anything to get that little extra stream of income coming in so that you can meet the needs of your budget, your new working budget that's going to work for you, that includes savings, that includes giving, that includes your investments. And let's just be real, some of us can't do it all overnight. It may take some of us months before we're able to implement those insurances, or months before we're able to get that additional stream of income, or months before we're able to put a good working budget together. But all I can say is that if you don't get help now, and if you don't do something now, nothing's going to change. But if you get help now and you implement some of those simple, practical tips that have been given to you now, you immediately shift the direction of your financial future. So I know that it is something that you can accomplish because I'm sitting here talking to you in real time, telling you about my real journey and things that I have done to shift my financial future. And it all started with getting really serious and implementing the steps of financial education. And now I'm on the road to not only financial independence, but I am going to continue until I reach that level of financial freedom and create a financial legacy for my generations that are going to follow me. How important is it to you? If it's that important to you, write it down. Write down your goals. Write down your hopes, your desires. Put it in a frame. Keep that vision right in front of you. Keep going. Takes a little sacrifice, but you can do it. So on your path to financial independence, keep it simple and keep moving forward. Thank you for joining me for season 3 of Woman to Woman. I am your host, Anntricia Bray Smith, your professional mentor and speaker.